Natural resources. What comes to your mind when you heard the word natural resources? Of course, a lot of us will think of the nature, all the things produced by the earth for the human livings or for or to all the living organisms on this earth. But how about energy resources? You might think of windmills, cable wires, and others. But how about if we use a lot of chemicals or waste lots gallons of waters every day for our own needs? Is that even a good thing? How do we even save the earth in immediate way if we do not have the superpowers to do it so? In this TED Talk, we'll be discussing how to protect the earth from too much usage of the daily resources. Hi everyone, my name is Crisel Antoinette Molina from STEM 2 S2 Section 2 from Apex Schools, Manila. And in this TED Talk will be specifically discuss about the energy resources, water resources, soil resources, and as well the environmental waste. We'll discuss the possible cause and effects, pros and cons, and how to protect our environments from waste, and as well how we are going to conserve and protect these resources, especially soil and water, for the future generations. First, let us talk about the energy resources. The primary resources we use in almost in our daily lives are coal, oil, biomass, sunlight, and geothermal energy. The fossil fuels. Fossil fuels is also well used in making the electricity. So how are the fossil fuels formed? This is when the fossil fuels from decomposing plants and animals are covered up and build up layers with waters and soil. And over thousands of years, the pressure and high temperature would cause the decayed plants and ferns to undergo the chemical and physical changes. And as the decomposing animals and plants grow over thousands of years, the fossil fuels will turn into coal with the absence of the oxygen. And this is the chemical formula of the fossil fuels when it is burned to in exchange of the electricity. And examples of the fossil fuels are coal, oil, and natural gases. Next thing we have the geothermal energy. The geothermal energy comes from the heat within the earth. This is when the water is injected into the well and since the groundwater or the groundwater is hot, which will make into steam, and the steam will turn the turbine and generators to turn on to make an electricity. Next is hydropower energy, or can also be called as hydroelectric energy. This is this hydroelectric energy needs the flow of the water. This is when the water in the reservoir was released to go to flow to the dam, and the water which make the turbine to turn on and we will turn on the generator which will turn on to exchange of the electricity. The most well-known energy resources as of now are solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, and biomass energy. Issues related. The world is facing incredibly serious natural resources and environmental challenges such as climate change, deforestation, and water pollution. Related to fossil fuels are global warming, degradation, wildlife habitat destruction, and water pollution. Related to geothermal energy such as earthquakes, water quality use, and air pollutants emissions. And as for the hydropower, it can cause the obstruction habitat for marine life, land use, greenhouse gases, and gas emissions from reservoir. Related to ways to mitigate the negative effects of the energy resources is to use more efficiently, to use the electricity more efficiently, install renewable energy, conserve energy, and minimize the miles. Next is the water resources. The water distribution to the world, as we can see here, we have about 97% are saltwater, about 2.2% is ice water, and the rest is others, such as groundwater, surface water, wetlands, and rivers. And as of 2005, the water distribution to the Philippines, we have, according to the data of DMS, 50% comes from the saltwater, 25% ice water, 20% groundwater, 4% surface water, and 1% wetlands water. And the water availability of the water resources of the Philippines, 30% goes to the domestic wastelands, 29% agricultural wastelands, 27% goes to industrial, and 11% goes to no-point sources. Moreover, the Philippines may be rich in water resources. However, the availability of water humans is only limited. The problem relates more the lack of quality rather than the quantity. The absence of waste management and sewage treatment facilities is most provinces and municipalities. There are several reasons why the global water supply is not even access to a fresh water supply is affected by two factors, natural factors and anthropogenic factors. The natural factors are such as climate change and geology, and for the anthropogenic factors, these are the due to the human activities such as industrial waste, marine dumping, sewage wastewater, and oil leaks and spills. The impacts on water insecurity are waterborne disease, food production, industrial output conflicts, and improper waste disposal. Types of ways of conserving and protecting water resources for the future generations can be take used motor, oil to a recycling center, take short showers or take short showers, limit the amount of fertilizer used on plants, and shut water off while brushing teeth. And those are examples of conserving the water for present time or for the future generations. Next is soil resources. The soil provides nutrients, water, oxygen, and heat to a natural land areas. Understanding the ability and capacity of soil to support an ecosystem plays an important role in the land management decisions. Soil is the basis of our nation's ecosystems, which provide us with feeds, fiber, food, and fuels. Soil pollution is defined as a soil that have chemicals in the soil which can risky for the human health or ecosystem, such as agricultural activities, industrial activities, and natural pollutants. In the Philippines, soil erosion is one of the worst environmental issues. Based on the results, more than half of Marinduque were classified as areas with high to very severe soil erosion rates. Ways to conserve and protect oil resources for the future generations is reduce use of chemical fertilizers, deforestation and afforestation should be promoted, recycle and reuse products, and soil conservation and cutting down consumption. Soil is the habitat for the quarter of the planet's biodiversity. Each gram of soil contains millions of cells of bacteria and fungi that play a very important role in all ecosystems services. This was said from Reza Afshar from CNBC News. This our soil is very important when it comes to our quality of life. It not only plays a role in how things grow, but also in the air that we breathe. Last is the environmental waste. The environmental waste has three matters: solid, liquid, and gas. Solid are the unwanted substances that are discarded by the human activities, and liquid wastes are waste generated from washing, and Gaseous wastes these are the wastes that are released in the form of gaseous form. So different types of waste are solid, liquid, and gas. The effect of improper waste disposal that can directly affect the health of human activities are soil contamination, water contamination, extreme weather caused by the climate change, air contamination, and ocean pollution. When water is disposed or recycled in a safe, ethical, and responsible manner, it helps reduce the negative impacts of the environment. One of the most well-known ways in waste management is the three R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. We could classify the types of waste into four types: biodegradable, non-biodegradable, hazardous, and non-hazardous. Some of the most commonly used methods that you should know about waste management are landfills, incinerations, resource recovery, recycling, or composting. How important protecting and serving these resources you think? These simple resources are the ones who are helping us in our daily lives. A water to keep us hydrated, a solid that help us breathe by exchanging carbon dioxide into oxygen. The point of me speaking in front of you people is to let you know how important natural resources are and the importance of them in our daily lives. How important is to protect and conserve these resources for the future generations and as well in present generations. Now that we have discussed the problems in the said resources, did something from the said problems and discussion change your mind about them? Have you thought of another way to protect them and protect these resources and our environment? If so, what are those? Kindly share it to us if you would like. So, yes, and remember that a simple action in saving and protecting our environment has a big impact on Earth. Remember, you can change the world, but you can change the world in you.